Governor Walker, welcome.
Good morning, Chairman Murkowski, Ranking Member Cantwell. Thank you for this opportunity to speak today. I am the Governor of Alaska. I am nonpartisan. I have a goal as a governor that future generations will be able to have the same benefits growing up in Alaska that I had growing up in Alaska. Born in the Territory, Lieutenant Governor Malott, also born in the Territory. We've seen many changes in our state and many for the good. Alaska is different. Resource development is in our DNA. We've done that long before statehood. We'll continue to do that. That's how we earn. It was 90% of our income, now 70% of our income from resource development. We've done it for a long time. We do it right. We're careful in what we do. We're very vigilant of the environment. I remember well when we became a state. It was a day we celebrated. The deal we made was a statehood compact. It said that Alaska, we cannot sell the resources in the ground. We have to live off of them. We have to live off the royalties of them. That's how we fund our state. That was the deal then. We accepted that deal. What we didn't understand and didn't realize is that we may not be able to have access to resources responsibly developed, to live off those resources. That was the deal. All I'm asking for is that we get the deal that we made in 1959 under the statehood compact. The great compromise that was made under ANILCA was that the 1002 was set aside for future development. That's what the deal was. All we're asking for is the benefit of the deal that was made long ago. This has become something that I have lived with as an Alaskan resident all my life, and now I'm dealing with it as the governor of Alaska in many ways, which I'll get to. The Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline. The only thing wrong with the oil pipeline is 3/4 empty. 3/4 empty, sitting next to, miles away, from the most prolific area of hydrocarbons you can imagine. 10 billion barrels. You know, this is not about money. This is not about who gets what money in Alaska. This is about a future. This is about an economy. This is about the young people that want a decent education. You know, I want to thank the committee members that came to a field hearing in Bethel and went on to a location in Oscarville. You saw part of Alaska that many have not seen, and I thank you very much for doing that. I'm a big believer in seeing firsthand what Alaska looks like. You know, we are a vast state, as we all know. We own, as the state of Alaska, 242 airports. The reason we do that is that 80% of our communities do not have roads. When we talk about infrastructure, upgrading infrastructure, we don't have enough infrastructure to upgrade. You know, I sat in a listening circle in Utqiagvik a few years back, and one of the elders said to me, he said, I was not governor, he said, Mr. Walker, it's my goal as a grandfather to see one of my grandchildren flush a toilet in their village. If the infrastructure that we need needs to be paid for out of the resources, that was the deal we made with Congress when we became a state. We need the benefit of that bargain, and we need it now. You know, as I came into office, it was a $1.6 billion deficit. That quickly grew to a $3.7 billion deficit per year. I've had to do things that I hope no future governor ever has to do. We've had to make some very, very difficult decisions. I've had to say no to some very good requests for help, for funding. We have had to close facilities across the state, lay off thousands of people. We have reduced our budget by $1.7 billion. That's a tough thing to do in a couple years. That hurts. Public safety. Alaskans don't feel safe right now because we've gone too far in that direction. We're having a special session right now as we speak to bring that safety back. You know, I signed recently, earlier this week, a climate change administrative order. We have stood up a climate change team. You know, we address both in Alaska. We are looking at climate change. Climate change is impacting Alaska, there's no question about it. We're looking at having to relocate as many as 12 of our villages. I've been to Kivalina. I've seen that island becoming a smaller island. But we cannot do it without the resources, the financial resources to do it. I don't see it coming from Washington to relocate 12 villages. So we need to look at how can we bring in the revenue? The only way we can do it is off our resources. You know, Alaska is unique that, you know, the beauty above ground is unparalleled. The beauty below the ground is unparalleled as well. The beauty below the ground is our resources that we need to develop responsibly. As a governor, I can tell you that the support in the Alaska legislature has been 90%. Last year was the last resolution passed, 90% in support of this. Please, please, let us develop our resources responsibly so we can fund our state, we can make Alaskans feel safe, we can fund our education, we can fund our health services. Our health services are the highest in the nation by multiples. Please let us have the benefit of the bargain that we made in 1959 with this body. Thank you very much for your time today.